We're back with the Bad Vibe Podcast with Dwight and Jeremy.
I am Dwight.
And I like the anticipation. I'm Jeremy.
I was like, I am. People are like, we know you're fucking Dwight. Just get over it.
Yeah. And this is episode...
Oh, I didn't know if you were going to remember.
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
26.
26.
Nothing cool with this one.
Nothing really.
26, pick up sticks.
It's half a deck of cards.
Yeah.
There you go. Half a deck of goddamn cards.
I was like, but is it? Yeah.
And it's half the weeks of the year. Anyway.
Half a year. But anyways, how long have we been doing this now?
Like
a couple months.
A minute. Oh.
Really, dude? You're like less than a minute?
I kind of did that on purpose.
You know, like the whole thing where people are, when they get the two
when you're
backwards,
at work.
When you're at work and you say, what day is it, right?
No. When you're at
there's
work,
that too, though.
And somebody comes up to you and they're like, hey, how long have you been here? They could either mean how long have you worked at this site, at this job, or how long have you been here today? Whichever one you answer, they mean the opposite.
Yeah.
It never fails. If I could, let's do a little scenario. Mm-hmm. Me and you both work together. Mm-hmm. You're doing your job. I'll walk up. All right, be doing your job. Act it out. Okay.
Is it good?
Hey, Dwight. What's up?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, how long have you been here?
Since 2.
No, I mean, when did you start working at this job?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does happen a lot.
Yeah.
Are we still acting it out?
I was hoping you'd ask me how long I've been here.
Oh.
If you do it that way...
Oh, yeah. How long have you been here?
Since 1:30. See, that's what's funny is if they ask you back and you
say the other,
you don't answer the question you wanted answered.
Yeah.
You're like, no, I wanted to know.
What if they really wanted to know actually what time you got here today?
Yeah, exactly.
And you wanted to know how long, whatever. So y'all are both like going, like, hey, look, there's Jeremy. Hey, look, there's Dwight. Walking up, and you're like, hey, how long you been here? Like, I was gonna ask the same thing. Oh, since 2. Like, no, year. And they're like, oh, well, what time were you? You know, like,
and you're like, oh, how long have you been here? And he's like,
we got here at the same time, didn't we? I saw you pull up.
Yeah.
In July? In July, on the 2nd?
Of 1999.
They're like, today, this morning. Remember you had donuts? Right? Yeah. He's like, hey, you still got some donuts from when you started? He's like, god damn, they'd be nasty. He's like, I'm pretty sure they'd be stale. I started 9 months ago. I don't think it ever goes to that.
If it gets to that...
If someone really thought that, like, why does I want some fucking donuts from when I started?
If it gets to that, you're working at a place that it should be very easy to work up to management.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of readers working there.
No. I'd like to work there. I probably work there.
Remember when I used to tell you...
Right?
Yeah.
I probably worked there.
Remember when I used to always tell you, you'd be like looking for some new job or something, I'd be like, dude, go work at the dollar store, because you know they bust in retards to work.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, if those guys can do the job, you should be able to work your way up to CEO. And
no, but then I'm going to be in there, and they're like, all right, so you want to move up in the company? Yeah. They're like, well, we don't have any retards in this district. We need one. They're like, how are you with reading? And I'm like, I'm not too good. Yeah. To be honest, I'm not that good with reading.
You're a little over the average tard.
Yeah, just a little. You know, I mean, it's nothing to brag about, but of course I do.
Yeah, I know.
Right? But,
you bring it up as often as you can that you barely know how to read.
Yeah, I see them, I'm like, but,
you have to get a job at those dollar stores, you have to have a minimum of like 8 inches between your eyes.
Yeah,
your interview consists of coloring while you wait for it to be your turn, and then a roller up to your head to see how far apart your eyes are.
And if you're just always talking loud, you don't need to be, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I should get that job with no problem.
They're always, I mean, like, you know what I mean?
I don't know if
they always talk so loud.
We were at the dollar store one time, and I noticed like they had like a bunch of. Like,
they take them in buses, like on field trips to Walmart.
When I like make like, oh, they're retards and this and that, I'm joking. Like, I think that's actually a good thing to help people and let them. But
go to Walmart and shop.
No, to go like to give them something productive.
Oh, to get like jobs.
Yeah, to give them something productive to do. And
what sucks is look at the other people that work there.
They're not that they're like. I mean, they're not smart, but they don't have like a disability.
Yeah, no,
and they have to be like, that guy can do my job.
They're like, Steve,
Yeah.
Puts pizza in his wallet. Like, I had to make that reference. But no.
There's one guy there that always tells you, I got a yo-yo. You know?
Yeah.
I got a yo-yo.
I got a yo-yo. I got a yo-yo. They're like, all right, bag the fucking groceries.
Do you think...
You're like, shut the fuck up and just,
I'm going to strangle you with your fucking yo-yo.
stop putting the Pop-Tarts with the chicken.
Yeah.
I mean, that's nasty.
I wonder how often one of them beats somebody to death with a can of
Is he,
peas.
like, someone's like, he's like, you need to carry out? You need to carry out? And someone's like, oh, I don't need. He's like, do you need to fucking carry out? And he's like, no, I don't need to carry out. And he's like beating them with like the basket or something. Yeah, because they're fucking strong.
Ridiculously
Like, he's
strong.
picking up the counter and like
if it
smacking
was legal,
this old lady.
If it was legal to put like those kind of people in the UFC,
Yeah.
the people that are currently champs would have no chance.
Like Rogan.
Yeah, Rogan's like trying to fight some tard. He gets thrown out of the fucking ring.
No, I mean, Rogan was one.
Yeah.
Rogan was the retard that they put in there, and he, someone's like, I don't like you talk about Rogan. Right?
Yeah. It is funny though because
They're like, I guess fear isn't a factor for him. Right?
when you say he's a retard, what's funny about that is that he's smart.
Yeah, he is.
If he was actually like a little slow,
Yeah, it would be funny. But I mean, it's funny because he actually is a thinker and a stinker.
You would never think
Right?
to look at him and know the stuff he does, like
So you got that reference too.
the thinker and the stinker. I get it.
Yeah.
But you would never think that he would be like kind of smart. Because he like has a chain connecting his wallet to his belt loop, and he like
Does that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you've met him.
Oh well, when I met him, he didn't, but
Oh.
I don't think.
He has the chain thing?
Yeah.
That's horrible. When I see people with that, like, I'm just like, really?
Yeah,
you're
but
not a biker.
I mean,
Like,
even if
seriously,
they,
you work at Walmart.
but even if they are a biker, does that make it less? Does that make it okay?
I don't know. I mean,
It seems like if you're on a motorcycle,
it seems like that is like a biker thing. I don't know. It just, in my mind, it seems like a
somehow
biker
it's
thing.
connected to bikers, yeah,
Like,
and their wallets.
biker. Not like, remember when he's like, biker on whatever it was, Super Troopers or something?
Super Troopers.
Yeah, when he showed up
They're gonna
as
meet
like
up in
a cyclist.
disguises, and he's a cyclist, and she's like a tough biker.
Yeah, he's like, biker.
There's supposed to be a part 2, right?
Yeah, they're always supposed to.
Is that
I hope
still
so.
in the makes?
I don't know. Those guys don't really make anything anymore. They've kind of, every once in a while they like guest appear in something, but
They were so good though.
yeah, no.
It's Slammin' Salmon. That movie.
Yeah, I was listening to like, what the fuck was that name?
I would probably guess that we're
I want to see it again. I've only seen it once, I think.
probably the 2 of like 100 people who've ever seen it.
I want to see it though. I thought you had it.
Nah, I don't have it. It's probably hard to find.
It's probably only they have copies.
Yeah.
I don't know how we watched it on Netflix or something, didn't we?
No, we found it at Redbox. It was funny as fuck though.
Yeah, it was.
It was up there with Super Troopers, if not better.
And like Beer Fest was funny, but the whole like just the beer, like everybody drinking beer thing. I'm not like part of that.
Been to Beer Fest?
It was funny, but no, the whole like people like that because they drink beer.
It's
and
probably one of my least favorite of their movies, but I enjoyed it. But
like when that came out, like beer pong and stuff hit big around here.
yeah,
Like after that, a couple years or whatever, all of a sudden, like all the kids around here, instead of going to fucking cornfields running from cops, they all go to like Barnes and like play that. I mean, come on.
When you said Barnes, and I honestly thought you were gonna say Noble.
Why would I say they go to Barnes and Noble?
No idea.
And play beer pong.
In my head, I was like, okay, Noble. Then
I wonder if anyone has ever played beer pong in a Barnes and Noble.
I'd like to think.
I don't mean the app.
I'd like to think.
You know what I mean?
Oh, the app for sure.
Someone's like, hey, set it up. They set it up. I hope someone does because of this and puts it on YouTube and tags us.
Yeah, because
or something.
even if they,
I don't know if you can tag like that in YouTube.
Yeah, but even if they don't, and we never find out about it, that would mean that our art is legitimate.
I was telling my boss we were sending something to corporate the other day, and I was like, "Hey, tag my email in it." And he's like, "What?"
Yeah, he's like, hey.
I was like, "Actually, I don't even think you can do that." But yeah, you can. There's like a
Did your
part
boss
where you can
ever?
put
Did your boss ever like tell jokes?
racist jokes. Oh, you want me to say
I was
that
setting
one?
you up for that. I was hoping you would tell.
Dude, that's horrible.
Just tell it.
Like, I don't even like feel comfortable saying it because it's just like it's horrible.
I'll say it. I don't
You're
remember.
gonna fuck it up.
Yeah, you say it. It's one of those things
hold on.
where it isn't even a joke.
Okay, I'm out there. They're all smoking cigarettes. I don't smoke cigarettes. I just go out there. It's kind of like the water cooler thing. A guy standing there not drinking water, but he's listening to all the jokes.
He doesn't like water. He just hangs around the cooler.
Like he's actually like allergic to it, or he can't breathe when other people are drinking water.
Yeah.
Because that's how I am when they're fucking smoking.
It makes him cough when
I'm sitting there like, so anyways, when they're when they're smoking, that's going in my lungs, and my like lungs are shutting, like like my throat and everything's just shutting off.
Yeah, you almost can't breathe at all when people are smoking.
They're sitting there breathing like out, exhaling and all that. I was outhailing. I was gonna say outhailing.
And there comes your reading abilities again.
Yep. I want to go get a job at Dollar Tree. But anyways, they were exhaling, and I'm like, anyways, so they're all talking, I'm listening, and he's like, I'm 60, so whatever. He tells some story. I'm not doing it justice. Someone's like, he fucking butchered it.
We should have him on.
Fucking butchered it. No.
Yeah.
Anyways, he said something about how some black guy, he's like, you're always complaining, but what was it?
The black guy's always complaining.
Black guy's always complaining, and he said, it's not my fault, your chief sold you.
Ugh.
And I was like, I don't even know how to react. He's my boss, so I'm like, that was a good one. But that's just...
What if you would have overly, you would have fake laughed, rolling on the floor, holding your stomach?
We're dark. We like the dark comedy.
Yeah.
But that's not dark. That's just
No, and it's not comedy. I mean, it actually isn't funny.
That's a thing that's trying to pretend like it is.
Yeah. Your punchline is...
When you laugh like that afterwards.
When your punchline is...
like the guy on
slaves,
Billy Madison?
Oh, yeah.
The guy's laughing. He's like... He's like...
I thought it was really good.
I can't... when you listen back to it, it's probably going to sound like a fucking woodpecker or something. Someone's like... A woodpecker's like, you fucking faggot.
Woodpeckers are going to try to cut your throat with their beak because you...
All the woodpeckers that listen to our podcast.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure there's some out there, right?
How is woodpecker not a dirty word?
Yeah, woodpecker.
I remember when I was a little kid and they're like, look at that woodpecker. And I was like...
Somebody saw that bird and he's like, I get to name it whatever I want.
Yeah.
Right? Exactly. Some guy's like, oh, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Like, well, he is pecking on some wood. Yeah. Right?
At first he was like, pussy muncher. No,
yeah, they're like, no, I don't think you do that.
Cockasser. He was just trying to make it as dirty as he could.
Dick muncher.
Yeah.
Right? Wood muncher.
Cum breath? No.
He's like, wood muncher. He's like, I can do that because he is munching on some wood.
Yeah.
It was wood muncher for a few days until one of his buddies like, dude, you can put pecker in there.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, it's a woodpecker.
Pecker's the funniest word that describes a body part.
Yeah, that is fucking weird.
What if pecker? You know that vagina is a clinical term.
But see, wood is actually description. You know what I mean? Because wood, but pecker. It's just...
No, but look, check it out. You gotta follow me on this.
That's funny.
Vagina is if you went to the doctor and said, if you were a woman, and you said, I have a problem with my vagina, that's perfectly normal. He would say, well, okay, I'll check your vagina and then we'll give you some medicine. That word is clinical, it's scientific.
Yeah, if you go in there and you're like, hey, doc...
No, listen.
Am I gonna ruin it?
No, vagina used to be a dirty slang word.
Oh, well, now you say it like that, yeah.
In the Romans, vagina was the name of, the scabbard that your sword goes in. Mm-hmm. So, to be, dirty, you would say, I'm going to put my sword in her scabbard. I'm going to put my, whatever they call a sword, in her vagina. Mm. And it just somehow stuck because, Rome pretty much took over the world for a while. And that word became commonplace. It used to be dirty, now it's commonplace. What if in the future, pecker is, you go to the doctor, doctor, I'm having trouble with my pecker. And he's like, what's the problem? I'm like, well, my pecker's not really, it kind of hurts.
Yeah, well, what is wrong with your pecker? Whip your pecker out. Well, I doubt he'd say it like that.
I would hope he would.
Yeah, but
pecker.
He's like, God damn. He's like, whatever, checking it out. He's like, God damn, my penis hurt. Or you hurt my penis. We don't need that kind of language here, sir.
Yeah. You don't refer to your pecker that way. And he's like, whoop that pecker out. Let me check it. He checks it, takes tests.
Or they go in there.
Results are back. It appears you got woodpecker.
Yeah, woodpecker. Hey, go and piss in this thing. He's like, I don't need to pee. He's like, sir.
Yeah.
Again with the language.
Yeah. You're like,
go ahead and piss in this.
You're like, I don't need to urinate. He's like, come on, there's ladies around.
Yeah.
Now whoop your pecker out and piss in that.
Yeah.
Piss in that fucking jar. Oh, shit, I can't wait till the world's different. I'll be dead, but I'll be happy somehow.
Yeah,
when I'm in the vastness of the universe and I don't have a thought or a memory, I hope
happy?
No, I hope that there's a smile somehow whenever a doctor says, whoop out your woodpecker.
That would be funny. I wonder if, like, alright, what's it called? Like the veterinarians. Someone has a pet woodpecker. And then you take them in there, right? Right? I mean, it seems like it kind of like, it'd be like redundant.
The idea of somebody having a pet woodpecker is making me laugh.
It seems like, yeah, no. Because he'd have to like.
have it in your house?
Because he'd have to go and get like logs and stuff.
Yeah, he'd be pecking holes in your wall all day.
Well, you'd have him in a cage, but you'd have to put little like logs in there so he can like peck on it, right?
Yeah.
But you sitting there like trying to sleep, and you're like, "Who the fuck's knocking?" You're like, "Who the fuck is knocking?" But anyways,
you're like, "Who is that?" All you hear is,
whatever.
It takes two of us to do a shitty impersonation of Woody Woodpecker.
Yeah, someone's like, that wasn't too bad, because maybe like that's the hard part is doing that right after. I don't know.
Yeah.
There was a guy that used to do that pretty good, Victor or Hector. I don't know. He's a Mexican dude.
Yeah.
It was some Hector. Actually, Victor isn't that. But anyways, no, look, you go to your, I was going to say pediatrician with your woodpecker. You go, veterinarian.
Like should be on a list.
Yeah, no. You go to your veterinarian with your woodpecker.
Yeah.
It seems like it'd be redundant saying woodpecker a lot. So would you go say, "Let me see your wood" or your pecker? I mean, you would shorten it at some time, right?
In either way that you shorten it,
you would think that they would be like, "Let me see your woodpecker. Hey, bring your woodpecker over here. Hey, your woodpecker." You know, it's like, "Hey, John, come over here. John, come over." You're not going to keep saying it. You're going to shorten it a little bit. I guess they would say bird. You know, I would hope that the person wouldn't think of saying bird.
Well, you know what they really do at the vet
and they
office?
would say pecker.
Your animals, like if they're farm animals, they don't. But if they're pets, they typically have names.
Yeah.
So sometimes a guy who went to college for 12 years has to say, "Hey, can you bring me Mr. Fluffyworth?" He went to college for 12 years.
Yeah.
And at some points during his day, he has to say, "Can you bring me Princess
Not even
Balls?"
that, he has to write it.
Yeah.
You know, like, bring me snickerdoodles. You know, like, snickerdoodles, you know.
Yeah.
And they're like, they go in, they're like, which one was snickerdoodles in? They got the names backwards.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, snickerdoodles, come here, snickerdoodles. And he's like, I get paid way too much for this.
He's like, I went to college for most of my life to say snickerdoodles.
He's like, hey, Mom, I got my master's degree. I got my doctorate degree, whatever, you know. And like, I'm so proud of you. When are you going to... I got my practice, whatever. First day. Snickerdoodles.
Snickerdoodles and Princess Paul.
He's like, I'm not saying that.
He's like, fuck no.
He's like, come here, bitch. Right?
Nah, he kind of ruined my punchline I was going to do, but...
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say that he has to say snickerdoodles and all that all day. But what makes it all worth it is when he gets to say, we're going to have to put the bitch down. We're going to have to put the bitch down.
Yeah, that would be kind of...
We're going to have to euthanize the bitch. And you know that if he like doesn't like if he's upset with his wife, every time he says we're going to have to euthanize the bitch, he's talking about the dog, but in the back of his mind, he's imagining giving that shot to his fucking wife. He's like, it'll kill a dog. I'm sure it'll kill that bitch too.
He's like, triple the dose.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to euthanize.
He's like, I mean, come on, it's a German Shepherd. He's like, double, triple. He's like,
I mean, if you think about it, a grown German Shepherd probably weighs as much as
like she has been packing on the pounds since the second baby. You know, like
it is. You always see like if you have like a movie star and he's like 60 and he's married to like a 25-year-old, and they've been married like 10 years, so now she's like 35 and she's had a kid, and she's still beautiful, especially for a 60-year-old to be fucking.
Yeah.
But then like they end up like trading her in for a new one, and I'm always like, I get that you wanted to fuck the 25-year-old. But she fucked an old man when she was 25. The least you can do is stay with her till you die. She didn't want to fuck. You think any girl wants to fuck Jack Nicholson because he's hot?
Dude, if there's people that fucking eat shit out of people's assholes, I'm pretty sure someone likes how... I don't know.
No, when it boils down to it, they may think they love him for who he is.
Yeah.
They may even truly believe they love him for who he is.
I mean, you gotta think about it though.
But if he made fucking $30,000 a year, they would be fucking sucking somebody else's dick.
The old man that lives next to me that's all alone and old, right?
Yeah.
He's not famous. He doesn't have some fucking 18-year-old fucking humping his leg.
And he never will.
Because he's poor and lives in a one-bedroom apartment. You know?
Exactly.
So, I mean, if he was living some fucking penthouse making movies, there'd be some 18-year-old girl humping his leg.
Yeah, exactly.
But, I mean, so,
the only difference in him and Jack Nicholson is that Jack Nicholson is famous and has money.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know the guy. I'm just saying there's
probably more differences.
Yeah, because
I've seen this guy. I've talked to this guy.
Jack Nicholson seems kind of like he might be a pretty cool guy. Actually,
yeah. I mean, even if he's not, this guy doesn't even exist.
No,
he really is just
do you think do you ever think about that?
He might be a listener.
Yeah, I know.
And he's like, Yeah. I'm gonna hear him swinging from a rope tonight. Swaying back and forth whenever the chair slips out from under him.
Earlier today he was like, "Man, life sucks. I should kill myself."
And then
no, you know what? I listen to the bad vibe, and that's what keeps me going. And now we're saying he shouldn't even exist.
Yeah. And
and then you hear fucking rope broke. Of course, he's been dead for hours. It didn't save him.
It just breaks, and then
Oh, you know what? That reminds me.
Uh-oh.
I haven't thought about this in years until a week ago. But when I was 9 probably or 10, my cousin...
Good story so far, dude.
No, I was trying to think of how to say it. I didn't want to say his name.
Oh.
My cousin hung himself. I know what you're thinking. That's funny, go on. So I will.
Who?
Don. I didn't want to say his name.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that doesn't make any difference.
Yeah, no. Not Don Moore.
Oh, I remember that. Okay.
That was good, right?
Yeah, I remember the thing.
No, so we were playing outside, and when I used to live pretty far out in the country, so there wasn't I didn't live in a neighborhood. There weren't people around that much. So all the parents were in the house, and me and a couple of my cousins were playing outside. They lived with us for about a year or two, and there was this big oak tree there, and there was a rope hanging from it that had a loop on the end.
And he hung himself.
Yeah, because the rope was for hanging up deer to clean them, and there was a toolbox sitting under it for some reason. It looked like somebody wanted him to hang himself. So he got up on the toolbox, put the loop on his neck, jumped off of it, and he was kind of chubby, and I was always real small for my age back then. So he was just hanging there and I didn't know what to do, so I was just like, holy shit. And then an older cousin of mine who was grown, in his 20s, saw he was working on a truck, and he saw and ran over there and picked Don up and took the loop off and laid him on the ground. And it was probably for a few minutes, Don just was laying there kind of twitching and like that, and his neck was all rope burned and bruised up and shit, and he kind of came back to his senses a little, and that was it. We went back in the house. He got in trouble, he didn't get whipped or nothing, but he got in trouble. But they were asking him, Don, why would you do that? Why would you, what were you thinking?
What was the excuse?
His excuse was great. We had watched the Clint Eastwood movie Hang 'em High. I guess earlier that day.
You thought someone was going to shoot the rope?
No, that's not what happens in Hang 'em High, I don't think. I think what happens in Hang 'em High is they hang him and they leave him there, and he's hanging there for a while. He doesn't drop and break his neck, he's just hanging and choking to death. And eventually the tree limb breaks after several minutes, and he gets away. And the movie is he's going back and he's murdering all the people that hung him. But Don was like, well, I saw when Clint Eastwood got hung, and he was okay, so I wanted to do it in the movie. And I remember thinking, first of all, he wasn't okay.
Yeah.
In the movie, which isn't even real. At 10, you should know that. He's not okay. His neck's all fucked up. He's almost dies. He falls. I think a snake bites him. He has to walk 30 miles. I was like, why would you want to? Even if it happened to you, just like it happened in the movie, that still sucks.
But that was wanted it to happen.
Yeah, he's like, yeah. When
how did he go? Was this summer?
Yeah, it was either summer.
Or was it he had to go to school the next day or Monday?
Man, I don't remember if it...
God damn, Don.
They're
what's with the fucking blue and purple marks all over your neck? Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, they're like, oh, okay. Yeah, we've all done
They're
it.
like, hang 'em high. And they're like, oh, okay. They're like, look at George over there. He watched the movie this weekend, too. George is like...
They're like, you think that's crazy? Little Billy watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, no.
He's an orphan now. Murdered everybody in his house with a chainsaw.
He's living with the Millers.
Wasn't strong enough to pull the rope to start the chainsaw, so he just beat them all to death with it.
Like, he's living with the Millers right now until Child Protective Services can find him a new home that's not terrified of him.
Yeah, Adult Protective Services. They don't have a chainsaw, so he's been trying to get them with hedge trimmers.
Yeah.
You know. No, but yeah, he fucking hung himself. And at the time, I remember like thinking like, oh, that's crazy. And then when I got older, I was like, wait a minute. Mm-hmm. You know, I remember being like in my 20s and thinking back, being like, fucking Don hung himself. Yeah. I didn't come up and see him hanging. I saw him stand up on the thing, put the rope on his neck, and jump off.
Now, what was he going to do when the branch breaks and go? Was he going to act out the rest of the movie? I mean, who was going to go after? He hung himself.
Yeah, I know. What was he going to kill himself to get revenge?
I mean, were you going to be part of it because you were there?
We weren't even. If I remember right, we weren't even talking about Hang 'em High.
How old were y'all?
I would say probably 10.
God damn.
Old enough to know better. We weren't like 6, you know.
He was like chubby.
Yeah, he was pretty chubby. But, you know, if he'd have been a little more chubby, it might have killed him. He hung there for a while. I remember it being funny, even at the time.
And you couldn't pick him up?
I mean, I was little bitty.
Hey, you were little when you were like 10, right?
Yeah, I was really small for my age, and he was kind of big for his age. But I remember, even at the time, it was funny.
I would think you could have gotten down and, like,
no, I'm probably
knelt, and he could have, like, stood on your back, though. You know what I mean?
I mean, no, he probably could have got his toes back on the thing he kind of leaped off of. But what I was saying was, what was funny was, he was kind of slowly swinging like a pendulum. But also,
I'm like holding it against you.
Because, yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, you could have went and got down and like knelt in front of him. You're like, I'm sorry, I was fucking 10. I wasn't like.
I feel like I should call him and apologize.
You're like, what do you hold? He's been holding against you all these years.
He might be. He moved real far away.
He's like. He lives
like
tried to help me when
somewhere.
I was. He's like, I was going through hard times, and I blamed it on Clint Eastwood's movies, or that's the excuse.
Yeah,
he tried to hide his sorrows with Clint Eastwood movies.
You know what's weird is we hung out all the time back then. We went to school together and we lived in the same room. I was always with him pretty much, and I remember at the time thinking like, I haven't seen Hang 'em High in a long time. We had just watched Hang 'em High. Might have seen it like years ago.
What the fuck? All of a sudden he came up with that.
I don't know if he like was having some issues and he's like, fuck it, let's die, or if he was just playing. You know, he's like, oh look, it's not that big of a deal to hang yourself.
That's probably what it is. But you never know.
No, you don't know.
I mean, the kid that went into the fucking school and like shot everybody up. Well, that happens more than often. You know, more than often.
Well, that's one way to say it.
Yeah.
More than often. Often is like 10 times a year. It happens 12.
Yeah. What is often? Like, you know, like how many fucking school shootings does it have to be to become often? Like considered often?
I say one is probably often enough if he gets enough.
Once a year?
Yeah. Because I don't think it happens. There aren't like big stories about it once a year anyway. I
thought you were going to say you don't think it happens enough. I thought you were going to say that. And I was like, did you hear the fucking shit going on about how the Sandy Hook thing was faked by the FBI or the government?
Yeah. To
try to push gun control or something like that? Or?
Yeah, I have an answer for that.
It's Southeast Texas. It's probably fucking came up with that fucking.
No, a bunch of nutters came up with it. But here's my thing: they didn't take the guns away. There isn't gun. I mean, I have guns. I myself, who probably couldn't make it through a psychological exam. Honestly, if I was, you know, I mean, I don't know. I'm not a dangerous person, but I mean, you know, I'm a little fucked off. I personally own guns. I never have intended to, or tried, or thought about shooting people with them. And I don't have big automatic rifles or nothing, but if they would have done that to push some law to take guns away, then guns would have gotten taken away. I think.
The only gun I've ever owned was a .25 auto. You know, just a little bitty tiny gun.
Yeah, but
I'm not one of those like gun people.
Well, because you don't ever go hunting, so you don't. Really
but I'm not like a gun person. I don't know. There's people all like gotta have.
Well, yeah, no, there's
gotta have my 12 gauge, gotta have my 10 gauge, you ain't taking these. My cold dead fingers. You're taking. You know, like all that kind of shit.
Yeah, but there are people who don't hunt or nothing, and they just want to have guns because like, oh, it's fun to shoot. Or
Well, yeah, I can get that, but there's those people that are like, it's for my family's protection.
yeah,
You know, like, shut the fuck up.
yeah, you're stupid because
You know?
for one thing, there's no like. How
Because of-
often is somebody breaking into your house with a gun? And when he does, how often can
They're
you
like,
hear his first?
when he does, I'll be prepared.
Yeah, that's fine. You don't got to be all weird about it.
Yeah, you don't have to like go around fucking like.
You're bragging because
strutting
you want
your
to sound
shit.
like you're like a macho guy.
Yeah, they're like, I'm prepared to protect my family when I need.
Look, I have a shotgun, and I have a couple of shotguns and a rifle.
Mm-hmm.
I've never, and I'd like to keep them because I like to go hunting every once in a
I
while.
can get a gun, like a pistol.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna go and be like, fucking Obama's taking my gun. He's been the president for fucking how many years now? He hasn't taken shit.
I can understand
I still
having
have my guns.
like a shotgun or like some kind of a pistol or something to protect your family.
Yeah.
But these people have like rifles and I mean, are they serious? Yeah, like a fucking SK whatever SKS or
You
whatever.
have an Uzi to protect your
AKs
family?
and
Who the fuck's coming after you?
yeah, I mean, like, are you seriously visiting to like make your home into a fort?
What are you? Say hello to my little friend.
Are you gonna have like seriously like surrounded your house like a mob surrounded by?
Are there ninjas that mean to do you harm?
I mean, like,
Like, what do you need the fucking Uzi for?
it's kind of crazy how some people end up getting like, what are they really thinking? Like, it's gonna come after them. Some guy's gonna want some fucking jewelry or steal a TV or something. He's not gonna come in with the fucking Uzi and like, you know what I mean?
But if he does, you are prepared.
These people have just seen too many fucking movies.
That's a big thing.
You know,
I mean, there are house invasions where people come in, have guns. We know people. We personally know people
these people have seen
whose house got broken into and they got shot, right? I mean, you know what I'm talking about.
no.
Fucking Tiffany and Sam.
Oh yeah.
People we personally know got their house broken into, got shot and killed. 3 people who lived in that house got shot and killed. But they owned guns.
Yeah. All right, but hold on.
Sam owned guns.
These people watch so many movies. It's like they're sitting there and like okay. He's like, go into the bed. Go in the end room. Go into the bed. He's like, describe everything about
Yeah.
that, and they're like, brown hair, whatever. And the guy's like, good luck. And he's like, I want to find him. There's people out there that really think that they're like, I'm protecting my family. I want to have these guns. That I don't like those movies because that's like one of those dads.
Yeah, I think.
Of course, he was like ex-CIA or something like that. But I mean, come on. There's people out there that are really like they got all the fucking guns and shit. I mean, like seriously, it's like fucking Al Capone like person coming to your house to fucking shoot up the place.
What is Steven Seagal
They got some
mad at
big,
you?
huge gun case. Like some guy sneaks in your house. Are you seriously gonna go load up with fucking 15 guns?
And if
You know what I mean?
if you have kids, then you probably keep your guns locked up so the kids don't get them.
And where you put those
You're digging
keys?
through your keys.
The
while
keys
some
are
guy's
hidden.
raping your wife.
You don't just keep the fucking keys to your fucking huge gun case with your 4-year-old in here on your key ring where he likes to play with. No, you're gonna have them hidden.
No, you're digging for your keys, looking through your keys while some guy's raping your wife. It's all jingling. He's fucking her to the rhythm of the jingle of your
Yeah.
keys.
Yeah,
She starts to like it. You find the gun and shoot yourself.
yeah.
There, problem solved.
Because you end up realizing that black guy that's fucking your wife isn't robbing the place.
No, it's her boyfriend. He didn't realize you were home.
Yeah. You were sleeping on the couch because she's been moody.
Yeah.
And
Do you think, what would you know how like we always use the black guy thing, like you walk in, some guy's fucking your wife, it's always a big black guy.
it's always a book. Yeah.
Like, it would never be like, it's that guy from accounting.
Like that damn Puerto Rican.
Yeah, no, well, it's
like
kind of black, but yeah, it's always it's always a big black guy, and when people imagine
Frenchman.
him, yeah,
Frenchman.
it's always a big like muscular hulking black guy. His dick's the size of my fucking leg.
It's always
That's
those.
what it always is.
It's seriously always those French Canadians that are in your house fucking your wife. I mean,
They're like Francais. She's like, and then no, it's a fucking black guy fucking your wife. We all know it. But
and any wee wees all over.
you just like snuck the little hacky joke in there.
Yeah, no.
You can tell you thought about it for a second.
I was sitting there, you were talking, I was like, wait. And then I said it, and I was like, I'm not proud of it, but I kind of am anyway. I
Yeah,
don't know.
fuck it. We're not professionals here.
No, it's fun though.
We're amateurs, but dude, you can hear that car going by like a motherfucker.
Yeah, that's crazy because they go fucking fast by here.
But the sound is better though.
Well, you did say this is episode 26, right?
Yeah, half a deck of cards.
It's crazy.
Yeah, 26.
We came a long way since we started. You know, like
So
we would have actually started back in 2009, back in the day.
Yeah, doing
You
some
know,
shit.
but I mean, think about the fucking technology we had then. You know,
What, were we doing it on a reel-to-reel recorder?
I mean, like back then, we seriously, I don't know how we would have done something like this. I mean, yeah, put it on YouTube.
There were podcasts in 2009.
Yeah, but we would have had to just put it on YouTube.
Yeah.
I guess. But I mean, we could have had a good fucking following by now. I mean, at least the fucking viewers have been listening to us for like 5 years.
Yeah,
you know?
like 18 people that were hardcore.
Because then, Leonardo DiCaprio could have been listening on the set of like Django and
Yeah. Inception and all that shit.
yeah, I think because like Blood Diamond and shit was out in like 07, so
Yeah.
or
That
08.
was a good fucking movie.
Yeah.
Blood Diamond.
See,
It doesn't get enough respect.
I've been wanting to watch Inception, but I got it recorded and it's like it's not on a movie channel.
Is it kind of hard to like get your mind right to want to watch it?
Yeah, but it's not on a movie channel.
Oh, commercials and shit.
I think I have it on DVD or Blu-ray somewhere though.
You can fast forward commercials. I mean,
Yeah, I can fast forward them, but I mean, it's just like it doesn't seem like it's gonna be the same. It's not gonna be the same, you know.
out.
You can't like whenever I watch a movie with like commercials,
yeah.
it's like all of a sudden you're into it and everything. You're
Like,
like,
what am I, a fucking caveman?
all of a sudden like commercials pop up, and then it's like, really? I don't know, it just gets me out of the mood of watching something. I can't fucking stand commercials.
No, they really are the scourge of the fucking unit. That being said, if we ever have people that are like, hey, talk about Dollar Shave Club, we'll give y'all some money. We're like, commercials.
I would talk the fuck out of, like
we
seriously.
would do whole episodes like, I like shaving with
I'd bring it up every 10
we
minutes.
both have fucking beards.
I'd bring it up every fucking 10 minutes.
Now, if we ever do, I wouldn't want to fuck
Oh yeah, here's
listeners,
something I've been thinking about. I haven't even talked to you about. All right, if anybody listening wants us to talk about something, if you got like a topic,
We have a few things that James mentioned a while back that we never got to.
yeah. Sorry, James. Sorry. We'll get to a bunch of stuff.
We're gonna have him on and get
yeah,
to that.
James.
That's what I've been kind of wanting to do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, now that we actually don't work together anymore, we can actually do it because we can get the same weekend off.
Yeah.
But one day, James, we'll meet you over there. You can meet us over here or something. But
And then we'll discuss all the
really, I've been waiting to get the studio up. You know. Mm-hmm. I've been wanting to have a spot where he could sit.
Once we get this done,
I don't want him sitting in the fucking middle of the truck, you know?
Yeah, fucking jerking us both off.
You know,
I'm just saying, he's not going to get to be on a show for free.
I don't know if that's your fantasy or something.
He's not going to get to be on a show for free.
You're like, that's how our guests are always going to have to do. No, anyways, I'd like to have guests. If there's anybody out there that would like to be a call-in guest, let us know.
Hopefully you're at least kind of funny.
Yeah, but I mean, if you got some interesting shit to fucking talk about, that'd be cool too.
Yeah, I just told a story about a guy hanging himself. Obviously, we don't always tell jokes.
Yeah,
we kind of
Debbie Downer.
We make
over
jokes
here.
about it,
But no, not just that though. If there's ever anything you want us to talk about, leave it in comments on something, put it on Facebook, something, I don't know.
Twitter, anything.
I mean, come on, you probably know more of that shit better than we can. Somehow put it on one of our little forums that we're on, and I'm sure I'll get an email or something about it. Or email us. It's the Bad Vibe. Isn't it the Bad Vibe?
The Bad Vibe at gmail.com.
Yeah, and it's Bad Vibe 2 at gmail.com. Whichever one you want to
Either one of those, they're both the same shit.
But email us, whatever you want to do. Check us out on Facebook. Yeah, but if you want us to talk about something, or I don't give a fuck. Just fucking shout out your name or your fucking shit. But yeah, let us know. This is going to be the end of episode 26.
Yeah.
It's already 12:22. I'm guessing we're probably not going to do another one.
No.
Unless Jeremy can't walk out of here.
Yeah, I'm
I guess we record one.
Trouble walking today.
But it's getting cold out there, folks, and we'll probably start having them in here some more.
Another winter.
We'll probably start having them in here more often. But anyways, yeah. So hit us up on Facebook, like our stuff, subscribe if you can. Share it. Fucking shit. Get it out there.
Yeah, help us out.
And if your wife's gay uncle is fucking what is it called?
I'm not sure where you're going with this.
yeah, I said gay uncle, and then I'm like a producer. Like a producer of something, or it's like an ad company or something. Fucking, hit us up. let us know. But anyways, if you're listening, you've probably listened to a couple, and keep listening, because we enjoy doing this, and we hope you enjoy it too. This will be the end. You want to say anything?
No, that's pretty much wrapped it all up.
All right, pterodactyl.